All right, we're going to start by reviewing some things related to this particular course. And so I want to introduce you to the syllabus and to the schedule. The syllabus is right here, and you can go in here and actually download that particular syllabus. I'm going to just pull up the syllabus that I already have here on my computer. This particular class is designed to introduce you to some research methodologies dealing with audiences and consumers. And it's to give you an idea of some theoretical things to do. It's also going to introduce you to some practical things that you can use as far as looking at reports by a variety of different organizations. I do want to mention to you that I have in your course resources some material related to finding things using the Arkansas State University database. That database has a wide variety of items that can be very useful in this particular class. You will be introduced to things related to Nielsen and Arbitron. You'll also be introduced to some reports by Edison Media, and we'll look at some other things as well. Just a little bit about the course objectives. You're going to learn some theoretical things related to audiences and consumer behavior, and we'll look at a variety of audience markets. Now, when I say we'll look at a variety of audience markets, for the most part, we're going to look at some things related to some markets, and then you personally will look at hopefully the market that you are currently in, or you will look at a market where you want to be. I see all of these course items that you're supposed to complete as ways for you to improve your standing in your current workplace, or to give you an opportunity to work in a workplace in which you would like to work. So we'll be looking at things related to audiences in your specific markets so that you have a chance to understand where you are and what's going on in your particular market. And then we'll also do actually collect some data, and that data will be qualitative in nature. So obviously we do a variety of audience research methods. In the quantitative research methods class, you're going to be introduced to a methodology where everything is quantified. And in this particular class, we're going to introduce you to some research methodologies related to audience behaviors, and to kind of go beyond those numbers to get a more in-depth look at what audience members are thinking about media content, and also about how audience members are behaving. We can't always use the quantitative methods to get at why people are doing what they do. We can certainly find out what they're doing, and we can trust to some degree what they report as being true, but to better understand why they're doing the things that they're doing and why they're using media the way that they're doing, then it is important for us to actually develop some qualitative research methodologies in which we should use. Those research methodologies that we will be using will come out of the textbook called Using Qualitative Research in Advertising: Strategies, Techniques, and Applications. And in this particular book, we'll be looking at those methods, and we're going to start kind of fast and furious, you guys, because we only have 7 weeks to do everything that we're supposed to do. And we'll be using some interview techniques. We might use some participant observation is another opportunity. We could be looking at some other methods of collecting data, such as focus groups and even online focus groups and moderating groups and that sort of thing. So this will be, I think, really interesting to do. And in fact, you'll be able to look at some of the things that perhaps your friends are doing, but then we want to kind of go outside that friend group and interview some additional people that consume media. We'll look at different methods of collecting and analyzing data. So you're going to wind up collecting what we call primary audience data, which means that you're going to not look at what someone else did, but you are going to do that for sure, but you're also going to collect some things yourself. And so I think that'll be very exciting. And in addition to that, we're going to look at ways in which what we learn impacts programming decisions, financial decisions, and perhaps even social policy decision making. We'll do that through a case study, and I do want to mention that each outcome that we have here should be directed toward completing this case study, which is at the end. What we want to do is better understand our market fully. So in the process of doing that, we're going to go in, we're going to look at what's going on in the market through the press reports that we can find. We're then going to develop a research methodology in which we plan to actually study audience behavior. From that methodology, we're going to collect audience data, and then from what we learn, we're going to use it to help us address a case study, perhaps in your media market or in a market near you or a market where you want to go. So there's 3 basic textbooks required. The one is the one that I just mentioned, Using Qualitative Research in Advertising. And then a second book that we're going to use is called Ratings Analysis, Audience Measurement and Analytics. And that book is also an excellent book. I think you'll enjoy it. And then we have the Edison Research Reports PDF files. These are PDF files that I am supplying to you. You can go to our Blackboard page, and under Course Resources, you will find the Edison reports that are important to us. And those reports include everything from 2013 through 2017. And you will be using those for the purpose of helping you better understand what audiences are doing already. In addition, I want to mention to you that we have some library resources here, and these resources will be helpful to you. I do supply you with a video that shows you how to look at all of that. So that's kind of where we are on the resources and that sort of thing. I want to go over the grading. There's going to be an audience research report in Press Critique, and that is 15 points of your grade. There will be assignments and discussion boards, which will be worth 10. There will be an exam halfway through the semester. There will be another exam in the 6th week, and then you'll have a research methodology due. You'll be collecting the primary data, and then you'll top it off with a case study. And so that includes all your point totals for this particular class. Any of these assignments, that's 10% of your grade in essence. So, and then this is 15% of your grade. So anything related to assignments and discussions, all of those will be added together and averaged, and then that will become 10% of your final grade. In addition to that, there's a kind of a description of the reports that you will be doing, and I will add more to that in the actual assignments that will be due. Now you'll notice here the tentative schedule. You'll be working with the two books, Ratings Analysis. And so in the first week, you're going to need to read chapters 1 to 4, and you're also going to need to read the Edison Research Reports. I do want to mention to you that in all of these items here, you will be asked to complete some notes and some note taking. And so all of these here are actually assignments that will go into this section right here, assignments and discussion board. And you'll be asked to write notes on each of these chapters. And those notes will actually help you as you're going through and preparing for the exams. So exam 1 is in week 3. Exam 7, it shows that it's I'm sorry, exam 2 is in week 7, but that is actually due on the Monday of week 7, whereas these case studies will be due at the end of the week at noon. So exam due Monday at 8 a.m. and case study and presentation due Friday at noon. All right, so that kind of lines us up and shows us what's going on. Here is a discussion board rubric, kind of tells you what the expectation is for your discussion board and your participation in the discussion board. So that kind of rounds out the syllabus, and if you have any questions on any of that, you're welcome to contact me. By the way, you'll notice there is my cell phone number, 870-219-1642. You're welcome to text me if you need to. You can email me. If you email me and you do so off hours, then it'd be better to text me and let me know that you emailed me so that I can actually pick that up and check it and then respond to your concerns. I want to thank you for your time, and I want to change that right there. That should be 154. And otherwise, everything else is cool, and I hope you have a great day.